Is it a relief to have it out of the way?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've always wanted to stay here at the Brumbies, and it's something that I want to continue to do on in the future. So it's always good to be able to lock another year away, and then to be able to focus on having a good pre-season and coming into next year. So.
And try and cement your players too. Stephen Moore leaving and a few changes in the front row.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got a little bit of a shake-up in our squad for next year. I think it's going to be good for everyone involved. We have a lot of young guys coming through, a lot of boys that have played a fair few games. So hopefully there's a good mix and hopefully it leads to a good season.
I guess there's a bit of talk about obviously how big a loss Steve Moore is. Do you guys sort of feel like you're able to cover him? I guess yourself, Josh and Si?
Yeah. It's definitely a big loss. I mean, he has a lot of experience. The amount of games, first-class games that Squeak's played is amazing. So he's already achieved a whole lot in his career. I think for us that just leaves a bit of a space to fill, but hopefully we can do that. I think that we definitely have the ability to fill all the gaps that are left by players, and we have the coaching staff to do so, we have the facilities to do so, and we have the environment, I think, more importantly, that will help players to do that. So.
And where do you sort of see yourself fitting into the hooking role? I guess there's three of you, but two spots.
Yeah, definitely. There's three of us. Josh Man Ray and Saya, they both have a lot of caps, a lot of experience. I think they also have a lot more hair than me. But I think when it comes down to it, we'll really fight it out through the pre-season and see how we go there. I think the Brumbies are really good on giving people a crack and on allowing form to dictate how the season goes. So hopefully that's really what happens next year. Is that competitive nature drives our team as a whole. So.
I guess your first full contract in Super Rugby?
Yeah. So it's good to lock something away like that, and be able to get into next year and come into pre-season with that in mind.
Were you able to did you work much with Squeak while he was here? I guess obviously a fairly a massive player to have there to pick the brains of.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're every day. In here, we spend a lot of time together. We spend more time together than we do with our families. So, I got a lot of time to learn off him and see how he approaches the game. And that's something that I took a lot away from. Is his approach to training and to games, to professionalism. So, those are things that I'll really try to implement next year. Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that he sort of was able to teach you at all? Or?
I think just mostly probably the professionalism that he has towards everything that he does. He does everything with intent, and because of that allows for very steady performances and to be able to operate at a high level all the time. So that's something that I want to look to do. To be able to create a lot of consistency in my form. So. Hopefully that's something that I can do.
Robbie, being one of the older athletes in the squad next year, do you want to take on a bit of a mentoring role?
Yeah, I do a lot of mentoring in schools and in different things throughout the community. I do a lot of work in that space already. I'd like to do a little bit of that also here. But I think naturally that happens within our squad, within the environment we have. It's not an environment where you're told what to do and you do that and nothing else, and you don't ask questions and you don't help others. I think it's an environment where everyone looks after each other and drives the best out of each other.
And for you personally, what do you hope to achieve next year?
I hope to get a lot of game time next year. Well, for me, I hope to be able to establish myself as a Super Rugby player, and really look for a lot of opportunities there and just try to play to the best of my abilities. Everyone that plays this game wants to play at the highest level they can, and that's just the same with me. I want to just keep continuing to progress and move forward. So.
Oh, and then just off with this year, so you're winning the community award. Was that expected at all?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. I mean, like I said, I do a lot of work in that space, and that's something that I really love. I do a lot of work with Solid Aboriginal Consultancy, and we're able to do a lot of good in the community, and it's not something that I've sought to do out of recognition or anything like that. It's kind of just something that's kind of come naturally to me, or been a big part of my life for the last few years. So it was kind of a bit of a shock, but it was really good to see that. So.
Is that sort of a hangover from your Mormon mission days?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but even before that, I grew up with my dad. Was a missionary and a lot of service in the community and in church and things like that. So growing up, whether I liked it or not, I was out there doing that sort of stuff. So it kind of became easier for me to just learn to love that work and learn to get involved and see opportunities where I could and take them. So.
And I guess those days, was it I think you were telling us a story, you were getting chased off people's lawns and all that sort of thing, hoses turned on you, I think it was, or must seem a while ago now.
Yeah, had quite a bit of that. It does seem like a while ago now, but those memories and those experiences have changed the person that I am, and in turn changed how I play the game, how I approach the game, and I think those things have helped me more in rugby than anything else. The experiences that I had in that work.
What do you see you need to improve on to make starting 23?
There's always a lot to work on. I think for me, I want to be able to put consistent performances on the paddock each week, and really learn to play to my strengths. I think through NRC seasons and different things like that, I've been able to show the ability that I have, getting that to transfer from those arenas into big stages. That's really what I want to see. To be able to just play to my abilities, play to my strengths there.
And I guess Amy mentioned you were one of the older guys now in the squad. Are you sort of getting impatient at all? I guess you got the two Super Rugby cats. Are you starting to get impatient at all?
I think I just kind of take things as it comes. I mean, it does kind of shock you, especially when she asked me, when she mentioned that being one of the older guys, you don't really realise it until you are. But I think for me, I started a little bit older and took a few years off and did a few other things. So I think that's added to the experience that I have now, regardless of age. I think I think my body feels fresh and ready to go, and I think I like to just stay calm and really just approach everything as it comes, as if I was a 19-year-old.
Cool.
Finally, one more. What do you expect from pre-season, being that you had your first one here last year?
Yeah, I expect it to be very tough. I expect it to be very, very tough. The Brumbies have a very high reputation through the pre-season, and I've done a few pre-seasons now here and at other clubs, and I expect this next one coming to be the hardest of them all. So it's something that I look forward to, and something that really makes or breaks the team. So yeah.